Hello everyone, and welcome to the Salter Family Theater for our production of Including Shooter. Please take note of your exits, which are located to the back and right side of the theater. Eating and drinking are not permitted inside of the theater. Please refrain from using any cellular devices. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And thank you for coming.
Almost ready, Mom.
Hurry up.
I'm trying.
If you're late to school, you'll miss out, and then you'll be an idiot. Don't be an idiot.
I'm not an idiot.
Faster, faster. You don't want to be weak, are you weak?
I'm not weak, sir.
Go get me some laps.
Drive the lane.
You can't even drive a car.
Watch this.
Brick.
Nice shot, Dyke.
Not cool.
Mike, forget it.
Forget it, faggot. You and your sick in the head friend should get off my court.
He's not worth it.
I'm not sick in the head.
And
Don't call people faggots.
It makes you look like a backwards idiot.
I'll kill him, I swear.
What's the answer?
Give me a sec.
You're never gonna pass if you don't study.
I studied, Marcel.
It's easy. Are you retarded or something?
Don't call me retarded!
I'm just saying.
Casey, don't be a bitch.
I know what I want. Can I have a glazed donut, but cut in half, toasted like a bagel with cream cheese?
Excuse me?
Glazed donut, toasted like a bagel with cream cheese.
Seriously?
Yeah, why?
It'll make you fat. You don't want that. You're such a cute little thing.
Don't judge people by their appearances!
Don't be fat. Easy fix.
Wow, just wow.
Sarah, hey, did you get my friend request?
Just because you're popular doesn't mean you have to mess with me.
I'm not.
Just
quit making fun of me!
I'll just have to make you my bitch.
Language.
Sorry, Dad.
No sorries. Turn that crap off.
Dad!
Off now. I'll show you the sting of my belt. Playing that crap will make you a violent deviant.
I'm not going to turn into a violent deviant. Jeez. James?
Go. Go! Hello? 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 Can anybody hear me? I'm not an idiot. I'm not sick in the head. Don't call people faggot. I'm not weak. Don't call me retarded. Don't judge people by their appearances. Quit making fun of me. I'm not going to turn into a... Can anybody hear me? I'm not an idiot. I'm not sick in the head. Don't call people faggot. I'm not weak. Don't call me retarded. Don't judge people by their appearances. Quit making fun of me. I'm not going to turn into a... Can anybody hear me? I'm not an idiot. I'm not sick in the head. Don't call people faggot. I'm not weak. Don't call me retarded. Don't judge people by their appearances. Quit making fun of me. I'm not going to turn into... Hello? Can anybody hear me? I just want to feel better.
When we first heard the news that James Smith walked into Lincoln High School and opened fire, killing 14, including himself, and injuring 19 others. It's been 10 years and Dateline is back in the sleepy community to talk with several of the students and see how surviving has affected their lives.
You okay?
I'm totally nervous.
You'll be great. Just be yourself and speak clearly.
Ready?
She's nervous.
No need to be. It's not live, just a raw footage interview. What's that mean? We'll ask you a bunch of questions, get your answers, just be yourself. We'll do it a couple of different times, a couple of different ways with different questions. Open up different parts of your mind. You, guide me. Then we'll edit it all in post-production. I promise. We won't make you look bad.
Thank you.
Rolling?
Yup.
Great. You ready?
Yeah,
Let's start easy. What's your name?
I'm Sarah. There's no H at the end of that when you put it up on the screen.
Seems important to you.
Yeah. Not really. Well, it's kind of part of my identity.
Identity.
Yeah, in high school I would totally freak out if I went to Starbucks and the barista wrote my name on the cup with an H at the end.
Well, why is that?
Sarah with an H was kind of a bitch. Not really. I shouldn't say that now that she's, you know.
Dead.
Yes. Dead.
You're speaking of Sarah Denvers, yes. Victim 11.
Yeah, we never really got along after the 7th grade.
You got along before that.
We were totally best friends.
What did you do? Or was it you that did something?
She started hanging out with other people. She got boobs faster than most girls, and I mean, I'm not surprised. Have you seen her mother? Anyways, all the boys started wanting to talk to her, and she started wearing shirts that, let's just say, showed off her assets. I told her it was stupid, and the only reason boys wanted to talk to her was because of fat and flesh. She got totally pissed and said I was just angry because I was part of the itty-bitty titty committee. I mean, she wasn't lying, but she didn't have to be so rude about it. It's a lot.
Get any revenge?
What?
Did you seek retribution?
Well, I knew I still had my books, and I knew that one day I'd be better than her.
Really?
Yeah. That was totally gonna be my revenge. I mean, I'd be on my way back from my big important work trip in Zurich. And on my way back to my big fancy apartment in whatever big metropolitan city I was living in at the time, I would stop by here for a weekend to visit my parents. My mom would ask me to go to the store and pick up some milk, and I wouldn't even have to ask for her credit card because I could afford to buy my parents milk. When I got to the store, there would be Sarah with an H, working at the McDonald's in the Walmart, because there is nothing worse than working at a fake McDonald's in a Walmart. She'd wave me over and tell me all about her deadbeat husband and her 14 little brats. And I just smiled and nod. I wouldn't even tell her about my success. I'd let her guess at it. And when she finally got around to asking how I was doing, I'd say, well, unlike you, I can afford 2 boob jobs, but I don't need a nice rack to have people pay attention to me. Then I'd make her ring me up for my milk, hand my Black American Express card, and beam. It all sounds so stupid now.
It sounds like the mind of a teen.
Yeah, I guess. Thanks.
What is it?
Nothing.
Don't you want to feel better? It'll make you feel better.
Yeah.
Well, tell us.
Two weeks before it happened, she sent me a friend request on Facebook. I've never told anyone about this. I didn't respond. I thought it was a trick, like she was gonna be mean to me or something. And then when it happened, when James happened, the night before the shooting, she sent me a private message apologizing for everything. She had wanted to make up for so long, she just didn't know how to start. And I'm sorry, can we stop this?
No!
What?
What's going on in your head?
I'm gonna look like a horrible person. Everyone deified the dead. I was just telling you what I thought then. I don't know.
Just say it. Everyone understands. It'll make you feel better, and we can always cut it later if you want to.
Really?
Sure.
On the day of the shooting, she waved at me in the hallway. I flipped her off. Again, thinking it was a trick or something. If I'd only read the message the night before, I would have waved back, or I would have...
Did the message offer an explanation for her actions?
Kinda. In the message, she explained that the reason she hadn't tried to make up for so long was because I had always been so cold to her every time she tried to open that door to renewed friendship. I guess I held a grudge because I thought she hated me, but in reality, I hated her. And then she was dead.
What changed in you in all these years?
Well, I don't want to go to Zurich anymore. And I don't mind it as much when I go to Starbucks and the barista spells my name on the cup with an H at the end.
Let's take a break and try again. Maybe cry next time.
What can I get you?
Vodka and cranberry juice, please.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Robert.
Hi, Robert.
Have you lived here all your life? Excuse me? Have you lived here your whole life?
No, I just moved here.
I have lived my whole life here. You know what happened at Lincoln High School like 6 years ago?
The shooting thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows about that.
Well, what you don't know is I was there. I was in the hallway.
No way.
Yeah. I almost stopped it.
What?
Yeah. Pop, pop, pop! It's what the guns sound like. It echoed down the hallway. Firecrackers? Nobody thought anything of it. Till we heard the screaming. You hear about stuff like that. See on the news or whatever. I always like to think I was the kind of person to do something about it. Be, I don't know, like a superhero or something. Batman, Superman, Iron Guy or something like. I seriously planned this out. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. Listen, if you need to get back
No,
to
it's fine.
Oh, well, hello, beautiful. How'd I get so lucky?
Yeah, I don't.
Sorry, it won't happen. It's just, difficult.
Sure. Your plan?
Right, I thought if I tossed something out the dude, because it's always the dude, like, really chuck something out, like a book or something. I thought it could give me enough time to, charge the guy, because that's what a person does when something flies at his face. And then I run zigzag pattern so he couldn't hit me. And if he did, it'd just be a flesh wound and a cool scar. And then I tackle him, knock him to the ground, I wrestle the gun away, and then pop, pop! I put two in him. But, only in the knees. I wouldn't kill him, like, 1, 2, make him answer for what he did and stuff. Maybe get some answers for the families of the kids who didn't make it. Because I always see those families crying on TV or whatever, and I always wonder why no one didn't do anything about it. I mean, it would just take 2 kids. 2 brave kids running from different directions. I mean, one might get hit, but plan for this kind of thing. With a friend or by yourself. Think of all the girls I could have had. girls that wanted me. Right?
I'm sure. But I thought you said you stopped him.
What? No, I said almost.
Oh my god, did you get shot?
No.
What happened?
The pop-pops were coming closer. Closer. And tears. I couldn't stop crying. You see, I knew when I heard the screaming I wasn't gonna do it. Charge them, I mean. I'm weak. I couldn't stop thinking of my mom and dad and what they look like on TV.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Dude. You keep telling people that stupid story, I'll have to kick you out of here.
Fair enough.
The tag.
What?
If that one says Megan, I assume the other boob's got a name.
You're such a dork.
You married this dork. It's really amazing that your school's having a reunion.
James doesn't need to rob us of everything.
Although it's kind of depressing.
Kind of is being kind.
Oh my god.
Mike?
Megan! You look so good. It's been
Way too long!
Yeah.
You look fantastic!
Thank you. Do say more.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is my husband, David.
This is my husband, Eddie.
Oh my god, I can't believe you're gay!
I can't believe you're not.
What? Oh my god, what a freaking surprise!
You're telling me she used to be a crazy basketball star, super sporty. I thought for sure you were a dyke. No offense.
None taken. But that's an awful stereotype, calling all sporty girls dykes. You should know better.
He thinks he can get away with it because he's a modern day gay. I tell him he can't.
I like this one. Keeps you on your toes. And from what I remember playing basketball with you, you need that.
Ouch.
And for the record, I'm still sporty.
Please sit with us. Add some light to this table.
Thank you.
What is it?
Shut up and let me look at you. I haven't seen that face in so long. Where did you go?
A journey of self-discovery.
And Eddie discovery.
I can't believe this. This makes so much sense.
What?
I wanted you so bad in high school. Sorry, honey.
Please, take him.
That's okay. I'm quite happy with this one. Trade it up, no offense.
None taken. He's quite the specimen.
That's what I keep telling her.
So what have you been up to?
Well, I played college basketball on a scholarship. That's where I met David. Almost made the WNBA, but I guess it wasn't in the cards. Now I'm a defensive coach at the university.
No.
Yeah.
That's so perfect. Kids?
No.
Oh.
I can't have kids. They were hopeful, but I just had too much scar tissue.
Oh, from what?
Eddie.
That's okay. I was shot at the school.
Sorry.
You didn't do it. How about you guys, kids?
2. Adopted.
No, really. Oh, did Galen call you about that anniversary special?
Yeah, how tacky. Who would even do that? It's disgusting.
I'm doing it.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
I'm kidding.
Oh, God, you bitch. I didn't know how I was gonna talk myself out of that one.
That's a first.
Oh, you stop acting all tough.
Hey, Megan, Mike, dudes I didn't go to school with.
Steve?
Yup. Look, this place sucks. A bunch of us are going out later tonight. Hit up the White Horse.
Thanks. We'll catch up with you in a bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, sounds awesome, man. Thanks for the invite.
Do you want to go?
God, no.
It's terrible. That's the only way to get rid of him.
You just agree with a plan where you're gonna hear for an hour why you're wrong.
That guy was always disrupting our lives.
Some things never change.
I bet he's the only one going to the White Horse.
That's awful.
No, that's survival.
Man, I forgot that guy even existed.
I can't believe how dead this place is.
Yeah, the last time it was this summer, some kid shot the place up.
Megan, you're terrible.
I was shot. Right outside that door, actually, so I can make a joke.
Can you believe they put all the pictures up?
We can't pretend like it didn't happen.
That's what I keep trying to tell him.
Don't.
Sore subject?
He won't even talk about it. I'm surprised he came.
He saved my life.
What?
What?
Yeah,
No, I didn't.
you did.
I did what anybody else would have done.
Bull.
What happened?
Let's change the
Well, we're
subject.
running down the hallway, and before I knew it, I was shot. Hit right above the pelvic bone.
It could have been either of us.
But it wasn't. So I'm lying there, and he keeps running. Mike almost made it to the classroom when I called out his name. He turned around, saw me bleeding, and ran back.
You still owed me like $6.
Will you stop deflecting?
It's not a big deal, just instinct.
I'm not gonna let you minimize this. You could have gotten shot.
Not even close.
James hadn't left the hallway yet. So I'm lying there, and he tries to stop the flow of blood with his hands, but they just weren't stemming it. So he rips off his shirt like some bad 80s action hero and holds it over my stomach. To top it off, he shielded me with his body. He stayed like that till the paramedics came. They said I would have died from blood loss if it wasn't for Mike.
Thank you.
You know what I thought that whole time?
What?
I have to get freaking shot for you to lay your shirtless body on top of me. I should have known you were gay.
You should come over sometime. Meet the kids. Teach them a little basketball.
I will, because I know you're not teaching them anything.
Trash talk?
You want to go outside and settle this?
The kids will love you.
No deflecting. Find a ball.
Let's go, ladies. Take 5.
Football is my life. It always has been. When I was a little baby, I slept with a football. I remember my dad drilling it into me when I played Pop Warner how important it was that I go pro. He always told me at the very least football would pay for my college education, But if I was good enough, I could get drafted by the NFL, make millions, buy a house, marry a Playboy bunny, and retire after only working 7 years. Never having to work again. But only if I was good enough. I didn't love school or have direction, so it sounded good to me. I worked, and I worked, and I worked so hard to make my dad proud. He pulled me out of the Pop Warner Football League when I was 8 because they didn't keep individual stats. Moved me to a league 3 hours away. He'd have to pull me out of school early sometimes so I could make games and practices on time. See, he wanted to track my stats against the other kids so we can monitor how well I was doing. Use it to show people. Scouts. Gain interest in me. I started out as a quarterback, but I blew out my shoulder when I was 14. I was fast as hell, so they made me a wide receiver, which, don't tell my dad. I liked a whole lot more. Less pressure. I'm no good with pressure. Last year we won the state championship. I was a junior, I rode the pine a lot, but damn! If that wasn't the best day of my life. My dad was so proud. Before that day, he never looked at me with such pride. Not even when I aced a test or got my driver's license. He's done it once since then. Just beaming pride. He thinks I didn't start much because I wasn't a senior, but I know it's because I wasn't really good enough. Whenever the scouts came to watch the team, they never really paid me any attention. Even the Division II schools didn't show any interest. And because my dad was always pulling me out of school, I never really had good grades. So I guess it all works out. I guess it's good James shot me. I was number 6. Got me in a classroom. I was trying to hold the door closed. I braced it with my body. I mean, I don't know why I didn't think the bullets would go through the door, but they did. I was shot 17 times. It was the last one that did it. Hit my heart. I went pretty quick after the last one. My body blocked him from opening the door, so I saved a bunch of freshmen. Pathetic, huh? Taking a computer class with a bunch of freshmen because I couldn't pass it the other 2 times I took it. I mean, it's good. I'd hate to think that I'd be alive at 50 working some dead-end construction job with blown-out knees to match my blown-out shoulder, knowing that I peaked as a junior in high school. I'd hate to see the disappointment on my dad's face when I didn't make the NFL. This way the peak works out. Happened at the right time. This way, I get a full page in the yearbook. This way, I'm always remembered like this. My prime. This way I don't have to avoid all those embarrassing questions at high school reunions. This way. Football can always be my life. Oh. The other time my dad looked at me with pride was when he looked in my casket. The freshmen. They all came to the funeral and told him what I did. That was nice of them.
we please just keep this civil?
He killed my brother!
I know, I was there.
And you're making money from it!
Please don't make me kick you out, please.
How dare you defend that bastard!
That's it.
She's
Out.
a bitch out to scam us!
Out.
Don't read her book! Don't read her book! You're what's wrong with America! Trying to get rich off the backs of the dead! You're disgusting and belong in hell with your boyfriend!
I'm sorry. I don't like that. I don't like to have that happen, but things have gotten pretty hairy up in here. The big lug is for everybody's protection. The book is called Understanding James, and it's a retrospective on all my thoughts on James from first meeting until now. The book is made up of various parts. Some diary entries are from before the shooting and some after. Some are my thoughts after reading studies and research and consulting with therapists, talking with James's family, talking with James's best friend and the current expert in spree shootings, Dr. Sean Northman, that kind of thing. About 2 years ago, I went back and reread my diary from that time, and this entry that I'm about to read to in particular is what prompted me to write the book. It describes the first independent thought I had about the shooting, and I realized it was the first time someone tried to understand James and not just crucify him. It's what I wanted to tell people when I heard them talking about James and the shooting. The section was written about 2 months after it happened. Oh, and I should mention that these entries are the virtually untouched thoughts from the mind of a child. I cleaned up spelling and whatnot, but that's it. You know, I lied. I've been lying this whole press tour. That whole untouched thing is just something I tell people. It is my diary from that time, and everything is factual, but I lied when I said it's only cleaned up a little bit. I did some big-time editing. I don't know why I say that. Perhaps to protect me from detractors and distance, and honestly, I don't know why I'm telling you the truth now, but there it is. Anyway, we kind of dated once. Not seriously or anything, just one date. And we went to a dance together, and we hung out at his place a couple of times, but that was all last year, way before he killed all those kids. And he broke up with me before it happened, so it's not like I jilted him and that's the reason. I don't have a ton of friends, and neither does he. A lot of people thought he was strange, and a lot of people think I'm strange, but they just didn't know him. He could be a really sweet guy. This one time, James' dad was supposed to pick him up from school. See, James' mom and dad got a divorce, and his dad never really came around. He was more interested in a bottle, if you know what I mean. And to tell you the truth, I think he might have been in jail or something. It's just the impressions of the kinds of things that were said at James' house. Well, besides the point, his dad was supposed to pick him up and hang out with him. James thought his dad was awesome. He hated his mom. Thought she was the reason the family broke up. But I guess most kids hate the parent they live with and idolize the one that's not around. So his dad doesn't show. And instead of getting angry or something, he came and picked me up and took me for cheese fries. Said it's what his dad used to do with him. He wanted to cry, but he didn't. I felt bad for him. James was really smart. He said you can't choose your real family, but you can always choose those you make family. And he told me he wanted to make me family. And that's when he started crying. He told me he loved me and said he would never do anything to hurt me like his family hurt him. He broke up with me like a week later. He said he wasn't really that interested anymore because I wouldn't put out. And at first I thought it might be true. But then I realized I think he's just afraid of his emotions. Showing them, I mean. It's vulnerable. My mom said that he didn't know love, but I think he did. I mean, I showed him plenty of love. I think he just didn't understand what to do with it.
On the day of the shooting, we could hear shots in the classrooms. People were scared. I thought I was going to die. This girl, Janelle, came running down the hallway and into my classroom. She was freaking out and had some blood on her. I remember her not saying much that made sense, but I heard her say that James did it. I was out of the classroom before the teacher could stop me. My classroom was at the end of the hallway, and I walked past 8 classrooms full of people. I could hear panic screams and cries of pain. The gunshots were getting closer. And when I got to the end of the hallway, I saw James. I yelled his name and he turned to me. I said, "What are you doing?" He told me to move. He wanted to go down the hallway. Again, I asked him, "What are you doing?" He pointed his gun at me and told me to move. He said he had things to do, but I told him he'd have to shoot me to get by. He shoved me and made a move to get around me, but I stepped in front of him. He told me he'd kill me. Remember the cheese fries? What about the family with shoes? Are you really gonna break that promise you made to me again? He looked like he was going to cry. I moved towards him and he stepped back real fast. He put the gun to his head and boom. They say I saved a lot of people that day. And I'm proud of that. I have to wonder. I hate that people keep talking about what an awful person he is or try to simplify what he did. What his life came to was not an easy answer. He was a complicated kid and there are a lot of factors. I wish people would remember that. He's still my friend. He'll always be my first boyfriend, first person I loved, the first boy I kissed, and there's nothing wrong with me, so how could there be something wrong with him? People forget that he's still someone's son. He is still human. He's still the first person I chose to be my family. I try not to say that often because it doesn't get me any friends. And when I told my mom, she slapped me. But I think it does need to be said. Questions?
Anybody else want to speak tonight? Janelle.
You can do this.
I can't.
You came back here, didn't you? You're clean, aren't you? You're Wonder Woman. You can do anything. Who are you?
I'm Wonder Woman.
Damn right you are.
Hi, my name is Janelle.
Hi, Janelle.
I'm addicted to anything that'll make me forget. Mostly heroin, when I could afford it. I've been completely clean 3 weeks, and other than 2 setbacks, I've been clean almost 9 months. I lost a lot of progress, but I'll get it back. This isn't my normal meeting, but I wanted to use real bad tonight. So I called my sponsor, and he found a meeting. Ironic, the only meeting is here at Lincoln High School. I didn't want to come. But that should show you how hard I'm trying to kick this. This is the place I'm trying to forget. The school has ghosts.
Face your ghosts.
I was a student here at Lincoln when, I don't usually talk about this, when James Smith killed all those people.
They didn't have an off-school lunch pass, but I ditched with my friends, Casey and Marcel. They were eating ice cream. Vanilla, soft serve. We were just sneaking back onto campus. We were running late. I needed gas. We thought we'd have enough to get back, but we ran out. The gas station was only a block away from where the car stopped, so we pushed the car there. 3 girls. I remember I thought we were strong, badasses, invincible, able to do anything the boys could do, but with more style and substance. I bought them ice cream at the gas station for helping me push. It's what friends do. Casey had a billion tardies already, another one and she'd be suspended, so we had to be super careful when we came back in. Marcel kept talking about prom. A senior had asked her out. It's silly. She was so concerned. She's afraid she'd have to put out or something. I remember I told her that it wasn't 1982 anymore and those forever rules were dumb and outdated and she didn't have to put out if she didn't want to, and if she was expected to because it was prom or whatever, then the boy she was with wasn't worthy of her time, or her flower. That was the biggest concern we had. We actually called it her flower. What idiots. That's when the shots came. I could tell they were close. Before we could run, he came around the corner. He looked at me. James? Everyone always thought he was a freak. Me too, honestly, but I didn't think he'd do something like that. Everyone always thought he was such a freak. They usually went out of their way to be mean to him. He looked at me. Casey? And Marcel? Marcel dropped her ice cream and screamed! He shot her first. In the face. He had to sweep the gun across my path to get from one to the other, and then he shot Casey in the chest. And then he smiled at me. It was kind. I had seen it before. A week earlier, he forgot a pen, so I let him have one. He tried giving it back to me at the end of first period. I told him he could keep it for the rest of the day. He asked me if I didn't want it back because he had touched it. That made me sad for him. I told him, no, that's silly. He would need it for the rest of the day and he could give it back to me in the morning. That's when he smiled, the kind smile. He told me he owed me one. I didn't think of that in the moment when he killed Marcel and Casey. I only thought of that after. I wonder if they gave him a pen. When I shoot up, I forget. Just go to another world. It's like a switch that turns my brain off. I forget that if I hadn't run out of gas, we would have been in a class in a hall that he never went near, and my friends would still be alive. If he really wanted to pay back my kindness, he would have shot me when he shot them. Maybe that's what I was trying to do when I shot up. To stand for suicide, to go for an accidental on purpose overdose. Be able to forget forever. I watched James walk around the corner. Towards this very classroom, actually. Image I can't get out of my head. One that keeps me doped up. It's not my two friends or even him. It's the melting vanilla ice cream and the blood. The two puddles overlapped. Pure white and dark red mixed in the middle to make the prettiest shade of pink I've ever seen. Maybe it was a mistake coming here. I want to use so bad.
You don't have to use.
We've got you covered.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited. Dr. Sean Northman is a brilliant mind who has been studying spree shootings and the psychology of spree shooters ever since he was involved at that incident at Lincoln High. Folks, Dr. Sean Northman.
Thank you. This isn't my normal lecture. I've been inspired. I hope you've all read Molly's book, Understanding James. It's been inspiring to me in that she talks about her experience. I've never really talked about my experience before. I've always remained a bit removed. My best friend killed 14 people. That puts his spree at Lincoln High School number 5 on the list of most deadly school shootings. Following Virginia Tech, Sandy Hook, University of Texas, and Columbine. That's 33, 27, 16, 15, and 14. I've done a ton of research to try and understand, or, I think everybody wants to know the answers, but nobody's asking the right questions. I don't know. Honestly, I still struggle to make. Sung Hui Cho got his 33 kills in 36 minutes of shooting. It only took Adam Lanza 10 minutes to kill 27, mostly kindergarteners. Charles Whitman sat up in a clock tower and picked off 16 people over 96 minutes on a lazy August afternoon at the University of Texas. Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold tag teamed to kill 15 in 51 minutes. And that brings us to James. James killed 14 people that I knew in 17 minutes. That's 104 dead students and teachers in less than 3 hours and 30 minutes of elapsed time. I tell you, all this research, but I still can't make any real sense of it. It's messed up, but I know facts, statistics. A lot of people find meaning in the facts. In 2013, there were 33 incidents of gun violence on school property in the US alone. That's almost 3 a month. What's really screwed up? In the 30 days after Adam Lanza kills 27 out of school, mostly 5-year-olds, there were 9 school shootings. While an entire country was in mourning, 9 people thought it was a good idea to enter a school with a gun and cause havoc. I don't know what any of this means, and most of these shooters wind up dead, so it's not like we can ask questions. But something is happening. There is an escalation. There has to be a reason. People are so quick to blame video games or violent movies or TV. They blame gun control laws. We should have them, we shouldn't. They blame parents and teachers and bullying. They call the shooters loners or losers, say they have mental deficiencies. They blame depression, retardation, mental health, medications, and I'm pretty sure all of those things can and do factor in one way or another. But the truth is, any single one of those is just an oversimplification of the greater problem. It's ignoring the complexities and holding these shooters at an arm's distance, acting like we could have fixed them if we had solved that one simple problem. If only they didn't play Grand Theft Auto, or watch Kill Bill, or took an antidepressant, or didn't take an antidepressant, or had more friends, or didn't have access to guns. It gives us this false idea that we can somehow stop it from happening again if we solve that one simple problem. It gives the media and the community and parents and friends as a whole something to hate and point a finger at. It gives the media buzzwords and a great story. A villain. But in these situations, nobody is bad or born evil. James wasn't. Just to be clear, I am not condoning his actions. He had a major lapse in judgment. But he wasn't evil. You've all heard the term suicide cluster. It's a documented phenomenon. For example, one kid in a small town commits suicide. Several others follow shortly after. The kids don't have to know each other or even go to the same high school. They can even have different reasons for the suicides. But either way, there is a spike in suicides when compared to the national average. Studies show that hearing about a suicide seems to make those who are vulnerable feel they have the permission to do it, especially if they feel close to or know somebody who was close to, or feel they're in the same circumstance as the original suicide. It can spread by word of mouth, but also by the media. The month Marilyn Monroe died, there were over 200 more suicides than the national average. Upon hearing of someone else's suicide, people can decide that the action of suicide is appropriate for them as well, especially if the publicized suicide was of someone in a similar situation as them. People imitate those who seem similar, despite or even because of societal disapproval. Because of this, many countries such as Turkey and Norway do not publicize suicide in the media. Another interesting fact about suicide, many people interviewed after the suicide of a relative or a loved one simplify the issues. Their grief can lead to minimizing or ignoring the significant factors. I know. I thought this was about school shootings and not suicides. Well, in the month following the 24-hour news media coverage of Adam Lanza killing 27 people, there were 9 school shootings. Adam Lanza's rampage follows on the heels of James Holmes killing 12 and injuring 70 at a theater just a few short miles from the first highly publicized school shooting in Columbine. I don't know, but maybe our obsession with idolizing these shooters or reducing them down to people who play video games or who are being bullied is sending a pretty scary message to those kids who are being bullied or who do play video games, that this is an answer. That shooting up a school is an answer. But then again, that's just oversimplifying. And even though I've studied this for years, I don't claim to have the answers. I have the facts, the statistics. That's 33, 27, 16, 15, and 14. Dead, all including the shooter. Let's not forget, they were victims too, not simply villains. And I'm not asking that we sympathize. I'm asking that we empathize. To find the truth of those shooters in us. Not look for the simple excuse, but the truth. And the truth is, my best friend in high school killed 14 people. He wasn't a terrible guy. He just did a terrible thing. And nobody will ever know why. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Never been able to speak clearly yet. I get these ideas, and I vomit them out. But just try to follow me. Please. When I was a child and thought of my future, I always imagined I'd be a great lover of women. Rich. Famous, maybe. I'd find the cure to cancer. Or be a great writer. An actor. A football player. You know, I was always good at sports. When I closed my eyes, my future was bright. It was always on the grandest scale. I thought I'd be the best, a researcher, a scientist. That my life would be the best. I mean, I was special and destined for greatness. I mean, I knew it. 1 in a million. But I guess every kid thinks that way. Nobody says, when I grow up, I want to be divorced. Be a failure as a husband and a father. I mean, as a kid, my dad didn't think that. I want to lose my job, have a mental illness, or end up in a wheelchair. Be bullied. Be a bully. I want to be an alcoholic or an addict. Nobody wants to beat their wives, and nobody wants to murder or rape, be a pedophile. But these kinds of people are out there. When you're young, the path from childhood to adulthood is easy. You can see it. But that's part of the illusion. This is where adults fail children. Where teachers and parents suck. Here. When they fail to tell us that not everybody wins in the end. Sometimes you wander off the path and end up when you're young, you're always told it's gonna be better. That your life is full of potential. But old people always say that youth is wasted on the young, so I guess, when is it ever good? When are you anything really? Or maybe you're just born defective. That's the easy answer. The one they want to give when something like this happens. But easy answers are stupid! You know what they should do? You know what they should do? They should sit us down and say, hey, you see that over there? Well, take a good look. Because that's as close as you're getting. It's not being mean. It's being realistic. Not everybody's dreams come true. You know, there's something else they should teach us kids. The adults, I mean. They should teach us that life is solitude. It's not something you experience with others. We are each marching forward in unison, separately. Sometimes that solitude becomes so loud that you lose all track of yourself. Values you hold close dissipate. To be my age and know the path that was so clear 8 years ago will never, ever appear again. That it's lost for you. When that solitude becomes deafening, who knows how you'll react? Because when I was little, I certainly did not wish that my life would end up like this. That I would walk into a school and I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm rambling. It's a thing that I do. I ramble. I can't collect my thoughts. And people don't like it.
Arrivals are happening with greater frequency.
Our message is getting out.
Shut up, Roger.
Someone get Spencer.
You go, bitch.
What do you think his number is?
Why do you think he did it?
Yeah. Why do you think he did it?
Wake him.
Spencer isn't here yet.
Wake him.
Put your hands on me and I'll beat you to look like Roger.
One-on-one, I'll kill you, Jarhead!
I'm not a 6-year-old, so that might be tough for you.
Hoorah, bitch!
Stop it.
I looked them in the face, not from a freaking tower!
Stop it. He's waking.
Welcome, James.
Shut up, Boy Scout.
Who are you?
Ask him why he did it.
Why'd you do it?
Give the kid a chance to explain himself.
Shut up!
Think you're so tough?
I got a higher count than you.
I'm surprised you can count. You take your shoes off to make it a 20?
Yeah, and I still need 8 more digits to count my kills.
You just stood on a tower picking people off.
Yeah, you went in the thick of it.
There were 2 of you morons. Your kills should be half.
Again? Stand by argument. Little baby's just so sad his number didn't hold up. Wah, wah, wah.
I'd love to gut you, Lonza. Killing babies real tough, huh?
I hate to agree with Jarhead. Yo, Cleveland, Lonza, he's bomb at Call of Duty. Truth. So right, Harris.
Pop, pop, pop.
I love Call of Duty.
Why did you do it? She'll want to know.
Speak up or we'll toss you in the corner with Roger.
You're lucky we let you out of that corner, Lonza.
Shut up! Children!
Why did you do it?
I guess I was mad and I wanted people to pay.
What were you mad about? Easier question.
Yes, please.
Boys got manners. Take notes, Lonza.
What did you use?
4 Glocks and a shotgun.
Kills?
14.
Yes. Still seconds.
Injuries?
Injuries count for crap, Jarhead.
That's because you're dead last with 2. Injuries?
19, I think.
That puts you 4th if we count by incidents, 3rd by individual totals.
It's like a broken record. Just give it a rest. Tired of hearing it.
Yeah. Tired of hearing it.
Shut up! Introduce yourselves.
Adam Lanza. Sandy Hook. 28 dead. 2 injured.
Charles Whitman, University of Texas, Austin. 16 dead, 32 injured.
Eric Harris. Dylan Klebold. Columbine. Columbine. 15 killed, 21 injured.
Sunquite Show, Virginia Tech. 33 dead, 23 injured.
Hi, I'm James Smith. 14 killed, 19 injured. But you already knew that.
Roger. Did we cut his tongue out?
No.
Can we? Please. Maybe. Speak, Roger. I believe I said speak, Roger.
Elliot Roger, University of California, Santa Barbara. 7 dead, 13 injured.
He shouldn't even be here with us.
Gives us a bad name.
Brenda Spencer. I killed 2 and injured 9, picking people off at Cleveland Elementary School from the comfort of my own home with the gun my daddy bought me for Christmas. Please don't try to screw me.
I wouldn't.
Why? Is there something wrong with me?
No. No, I was just, I wouldn't do that with you.
Good. Because he did.
What?
Nobody touches Mama without paying the price.
That is unless she wants to be done.
Swear to God, women! She's the reason we're all here.
What, not me? Are we gonna ignore history? I predate her by 13 years.
She's a legend!
Yeah, a legend. The first modern shooter. The rest of us born of her.
Charles, you inspire me, but I take the onus on me like you never could. That's why I'm responsible for all who came after. Except for Roger, he's a pig.
Mama, tell the new kid what you told the reporter when he asked why you did it.
I told the man, I don't like Mondays.
Can you believe that? So elegant and amazing.
That can't be the reason she did it, is it?
Don't question
That's
Mama.
a fair question, Adam. Truth? I did want to get on TV. And everybody made fun of me because I was ugly and a lesbian. My dad was an alcoholic. I was suicidal, lived in poverty. I asked my dad for a radio for Christmas, and he got me a gun. I think he wanted me to kill myself. He beat me! And raped me! And I was drinking. And I was on drugs, and I have an injured temporal lobe. And I seriously hate Mondays.
All that true?
As far as we know.
Yes, it is.
What about the rest of you? Why did you do it?
Gentlemen, answer the boys' question. Shonghui, you first.
Violent movies, I guess. Kill Bill, RoboCop, Cannibal Holocaust, Rambo, The Soft Lakes, Battle Royale. And then a lot of porn. Rape porn.
We were video games. Yeah. Doom. We were freaking obsessed. Never stopped playing. You know, I was once up 36 straight hours playing that game. I made a mod. My life's work. Made it look just like the school. So rad. Practice killing now. Oh, Mortal Kombat, GoldenEye 007, Grand Theft Auto, 3, 4, Vice City, and all the GTAs.
Yeah. You know, they said I played Counter-Strike.
Oh, I love that game. You Windows or Xbox, Joe?
I never played! I hate video games!
Dude, not cool.
You know, first they gave the credit for my work to my brother Ryan. Pissed me off. He's a huge Mass Effect fan, and he'd never hurt a fly. Weakness.
Media spread the story that I was obsessed with Call of Duty, and I never even tried that game until these two idiots pulled me into it. I'm kind of obsessed now.
So why'd you do it?
Don't you know? I had access to guns, and I'm a freaking loony! That's simple, or so it seems. My dad, after I killed the 28, he told the media he wished I'd been aborted. He said he always wanted to abort me, get rid of me. He meant like before the shooting. Like before I was born.
Adam, he didn't mean that. He was lashing out.
Thanks, Mama. I think he meant it. That's why I'm all messed up.
Marines. I saw stuff. War games. Violence. Just a cycle of violence. It was in me.
I don't like Mondays.
How about him?
No one gives a crap.
Speak, Roger.
I had a problem.
Truthful?
I hate
Tell him what you said, virgin.
On your feet!
22.
Loud and proud, just like the video!
I'm a 22-year-old virgin. I couldn't understand why women wouldn't sleep with me. I'm the perfect guy. A supreme gentleman. And all they wanted were those obnoxious guys. So I wanted to kill all the sluts in the sororities who repeatedly denied my sexual advances. If I couldn't have the girls, I was going to destroy them. They denied me my happiness. I deserved my happiness. I deserved what they were giving away. I deserved...
You don't deserve anything! Women like Mama have rights!
Our bodies are not your privilege!
We all took lives!
Still, you're the biggest cockroach!
Don't act like you're better than me. Like you hate me for what I did. You hate me because I'm the new guy!
Maybe.
Lonza killed kindergartners!
And he took his turn!
Bunch of cowards! Pack mentality. Need to feel superior.
Someone's gotta be at the bottom of the food chain.
You'll do for now!
You know, you're worse than those obnoxious frat guys. Attacking one of your own.
You are not one of us.
You thought you were rotting in loneliness before? Huh?
Who's the alpha male now? Bitch!
Enough!
I don't want to be the new guy.
You won't be for long.
And we like you.
Really?
Sure.
We can be your family, James. If you choose us.
Okay. Yeah. So how old are you guys?
Whitman's the oldest at 25. I'm 23. Douchebag here is 22. 20. Harris is 18. Whitman is 17, and Mom is 16.
The youngest.
The best.
Where are we?
We're immortal.
Wait. No, I'm dead. I put the gun to my own head and I pulled the trigger.
We all did.
I didn't. What? I was shot by the cops.
You're splitting hairs and you know it. Okay, jerk. You were suicide by cop, but still a suicide.
But we're all dead.
Mama isn't...
What?
She's in a jail cell somewhere.
Yet we roam free every time someone brings a gun to school.
Or a violent video game comes out. Or movie.
Or can't take a woman's no for an answer.
Or identifies as the loner kid.
When a parent drops their kid off for school in the morning, they think of us. Not the real us, but this version of us, this collective consciousness. In the minds of the people we touched, affected, we are the boogeymen. Youth and immortality. That's what we have. If they don't have that, they're always getting older.
If, say, someone reached out to you, would you have done it? Would any of you have done it again?
It's kind of a loaded question.
I guess we'll never know.
Fair enough. I have one more question.
Shoot.
Do you feel better? Do any of you feel better after the shootings? Okay.
What about you?
What about me?
Do you feel better?